Good morning, everyone. My name is Dee, and I'm going to be giving the webinar today. Today, we are going to talk about reports and all different reports that you could do from ReiFax. Okay, we got the X-ray report, the absorption report, the discount report, the subdivision name report. I mean, we got like 6 different reports. And even though I'm not a realtor, I'm pretty sure y'all can find the use for any of them that I'm giving to you or that I'm going to show you. Let's go ahead and let's start by logging in. This webinar is useful for all of our ReiFax users. ReiFax Platinum, Professional Dialer. And I'm also going to show you how you could do it if you have access to our beta version, how you'll be able to see those reports from that version, okay? But right now, let's go to our very first one. Actually, let me go ahead and make sure I open that one to the side. I'm going to access my product right here. Now, to do any of those reports, to just create the reports, you have to have a map. You have to use the map for all of them. Like it asks you to have a polygon version of the specific place where you want to work at, right? So from basic search or advanced search, you have all these buttons here that are all the different reports that you can do directly from here using the map, okay? So you have the absorption rate report, the subdivision name report, the X-ray report, and the discount report. Granted, I'd rather use a specific search first and then from results create the report, okay? So I'm just going to do Broward single family and I'm just going to type in a specific zip code and click on search. Now, can you all hear me okay? I mean, I haven't heard anyone say anything, so well, not that I can hear you, but nobody's typed anything, so I'm guessing y'all can hear me okay. Can one of you just type in, yes, it sounds perfect. I know we've had audio issues in the past. So just to verify and I don't keep going and y'all cannot hear me or cannot see what I'm doing. Excellent. All right. Thank you, Violet. She says it's good. Awesome. All right. So let's continue. Okay. So I got this. I did a very basic search, single families in Broward on that specific zip code. I got results here, which are like over 17,000. Remember, basic results only shows you 10 properties at a time. Advanced results shows you 50. But since we're not really interested on the properties per se here, we're interested on the map. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll out a little bit. That's a little bit too much. There. Exit out of here. And just create a polygon. The polygon I usually start from like the bottom left corner and work my way counterclockwise. You can do it however you want. All right, so I got that. And now I said I'm going to start doing each one of those. I'm going to press on each one of these buttons so we could do the reports that you can have from basic results, okay? First of all, it's absorption rate report. This report shows you the rate that the properties on that specific area, in this case single families, which is what we're going to use, are being held for a period of 12 months. So that tells you how much is the sales market on that specific area. So it breaks it down to on the past year, how many properties are sold in that area that you selected, and it compares it to the county. Okay, then it tells you how many it's been sold out of all those properties, how many of those sold ones were foreclosed, and how many were held for the entire year. So it tells you that out of the 2188, the sold that were not foreclosed are, -4 minus the ones up here, and it gives you the percentage of how many are being held for. What's the average sold in the year? How many are for sale at this moment on that area? And what's the month of inventory? How, again, for how long do they keep those that they've been selling for? Then it breaks it down even more to show you, okay, how many are actually being held from 100 to 150, and it breaks it down in by 50,000 brackets. How many properties within 400K and 450K are being held, and for how long within the past year. Okay, so that is the absorption rate report. If you'd like to share this rate with someone, this report with someone, you could either print it out by clicking on the print report here, and that'll just open up, well, it should, there we go, open up a link that you could either share the link from here, or from the browser that you use, click on print. My browser is in Spanish for whatever reason, because I'm Hispanic, I guess. But here it says print. So you can just go ahead and print it out from the browser that you're using. Or if you want to share it, you can just go ahead and copy the link here and paste it on any of your emails. If you want to do it directly from the system, you still have to come to the link that was created, copy it, and then come to your email section under your follow-up and paste it on the email that you want to do. Okay? Let's go back to the report so we don't. No, the opposite. So Violet asked, when you say the time of properties held, do you mean time on the market? The time that once it was sold, how long did they kept it on sold before sending it back into the market? That's what it comes out to. Like, how long are they keeping? It's the inventory that the buyers on that area are keeping the properties from before it comes back into the market. However, again, I'm not a broker and I'm not a realtor. I would suggest you go ahead and go over it more specifically with your broker, just in case, Viola, because, I may be wrong. I think that's what it is. Because it does say within the 12 months. So how long did they held it for on those 12 months? So let's go back to the results. Oh, and one more thing. This little button here is to save the absorption report within your system. So if I click here and I put the name for it, let's put webinar July 2018. It's actually going to save it. It's not going to save it in my computer. It's going to save it within my system. And any reports or anything that I save in it, you have to come to your settings and my archives, and here is where they show. See? And here is the URL that was created, which is the same one that we have here. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the reports again. The social rate report here. Now, here, however, this is the absorption rate report symbol. Okay. And if I wanted to do just like I did on this is the new system. This is our beta system. This is how our system is going to look for everyone in just a little bit. But I wanted to show you and give you a pic so you guys can kind of locate the stuff that you can do within the same one. Okay, you have the same reports, you just have different icons for it, but it's the same reports that you have from the search area. You have them here. You have the absorption rate report, subdivision name report, X-rate report, and discount report. So it's the same reports, it just has different symbols. Okay. Again, I would just rather do search first, and then from the results section, go to the map and select the area that I want to do my absorption rate report from, which here gives me a broader version. I love the new version better. I can just create a polygon. Again, I mean, we're not really, I'm just showing you how the report can be done. So you click on the absorption rate report, it tells you what property type you want. You click on apply, and then it just looks prettier on this section here. You do it. Or not. So let's go. Let's go back to the version 2. Okay. Let's exit out of this report and let's go back to our results. And now let's do the same area. Let's use the same area and let's create a subdivision report. Okay. Subdivision report. It's not gonna, this is the thing about the subdivision report actually. It doesn't matter what area you choose. So let me just reset it. The subdivision rate report is going to create the report for the county that you're in, and it's going to show you every single subdivision that is in public records. Even if it's the same subdivision, but the realtor or the owner wrote it differently, it's going to show as many times as it's been written on public records. So I'm pretty sure this too is the same subdivision. It's just one was written as community at center of, and this one was, abbreviated even more. But I'm pretty sure it's the same one. However, because it's written differently, well, the report shows it differently. But you could filter. Let's say, I don't know, orange, because everything in Florida is about the orange. To search, and it tells me all the subdivisions that have orange within them. So I mean, you could narrow it down, but this report, what shows you, it doesn't only show you the name of the, as many times as it shows in public records, it also shows you the total properties that are within the subdivision, how many are distressed in that subdivision, how many are pre-foreclosed, how many are foreclosed, how many are upside down, how many are for sale at that moment, how many have 30% or more equity. This is real good. How many have been sold in the last 3 months, and the absorption rate for that specific area, the months of inventory that they're keeping those houses for. Okay, this is the median sold price in the last 3 months. So out of, the 3, for example, this one, orange 3-home subdivision, out of the 3 properties that have been sold in the last 3 months, the average that's been sold for is $386,000 within those 3. So that's it. And it tells you whether the rate of the prices that have increased or not. Tree villas is going up, man. Yeah. Shows you that. Now let's go back. Next one is the X-ray report. Now this report does need a shape. Let's do it here, Pembroke Pines, sure, or some of it. And let's go ahead and click on this button. Now this X-ray report, it does go into so much detail, it's not even funny. It has so much information in it. It just breaks down the entire area to the minimum and compares it to the entire county. It tells you how many distressed properties you have, how many are pre-foreclosed, how many are foreclosed, upside down, how many are active, how many are owner occupied, how many are not owner occupied. Within the pre-foreclosed properties, how many are for sale, how many have equities, how many are not for sale. Within the foreclosed ones, how many are for sale or not, the upside down. within the ones that are for sale altogether, how many have equities and how many don't. It compares it to the county, this is the subject area that I chose, and this is the actual entire Broward County. And then the sold price, and it breaks it down to the year, to 9 months, 6 months, or 3 months. Average and median, both things. So if you like numbers and you like statistics, this is it. This is for you. This is for you to compare. This is for you to have fun. This is for you to, I don't know, make graphics, do whatever you want with them. Okay. Next, we have the discount report. Now, this one is a little bit, I like this one better because it kind of it goes straight to the point. Discount report tells me all the properties that have been sold that are pre-foreclosed or foreclosed, how much they were actually for sale, and how much they actually ended up selling for. So I like this one. I'm gonna click on it again. Oh, sorry, single family. So here, it tells me how many were sold on that area, the days that was on short sale for, and what was the percentage discount with what it was listed for and what it ended up selling for. It does the same thing for the foreclosed property. So since there was only one, it only gives me this little amount here. You can see this property had a known debt. It sold for $260, and the difference in between the known debt and the sold price was this one was the percentage of the discount of it. Again, it does the same thing with the foreclosed ones. So if you are into short sales and REOs, this report is the best one for you. Okay, so you can have a better idea of what's going on with those properties under some foreclosure process. Now, there are some other reports that you could do once you're in within an overview of one of the properties, okay? So if I come here and I just click on one of them, no matter. See, you have the little absorption rate here, you have the X-ray, you have the discount, but aside from that, you also have the property analysis report, the BPO report, and the investors offer report if you're part of JURIA or BRIA. This button shows here, and you create a report on the offer price that Freddie is giving you. Okay, let's just start with the property analysis report. The property analysis report, basically what it does is that all the tabs that are here, you'll have access to them and you can create a report if it's available. So this one doesn't have any mortgage or foreclosure. Let's go back to results for a second. And let me look for a short sale. If we have any. Let's reset. Let's go to the next one. Actually, let me do this. Shows 100, so I go faster. Do we have any questions so far while I look for a property? Am I under distress? Am I under? No, should be good. Well, I look for a property that is under some type of foreclosure status. Let's see if I can go ahead and, I could go back to the search and do. Nope, I don't have any. Not foreclosed. Let's go back to the search here. And do pre-foreclosed. Okay. Now, any of them. From here, from the overview, let's create a property analysis report. Now you see all the different tabs that I have here. The property analysis report, what it does is that it puts it all together in just one page or one web page, and you could go ahead and print that out or share it. So if I click here, I can select all the information that I'd like to have, right, within that report, and I click on apply. And aside from all of these tabs, it also at the end gives me the X-ray report where the property is located at. So it gives me the details, sales history, the owner information. It shows me the comparables for this property, comparables active, which ones are distressed, which go ahead and try to zoom in so it kind of looks better before you print it out or you send it. It shows me the rentals around the area, what's the mortgage on this specific property, and the foreclosure information on this property. And as I said, it gives you the X-ray report within the subject area that this property is located at, and it compares it to the county. If you want to share this type of report, just go ahead and click on this link and send it via email, or from your browser, just print it right here. Okay. Let's go back to the overview, and now let's do, I like this property because this property has only like 5, I think, 4 or 5. Yeah. So the next report that you could do is the BPO report, which is the broker's property analysis. What it does is that it compares that all the information that we have on that subject property, the green one right here, it compares it to the 5 comparables that you have and the comparables active, which we only have 2. So if I click on it, it creates a report, and you'll see how it shows you. Let's see if we can go to the new version and get one. Okay, yay, it loaded. So here, this is the subject property. This is the property that we're looking at on the overview, 141 MacArthur Parkway. And it gives me the properties that are comparable, the one that we're basing the market value. So ReiFax calculated the value of this property on 300,000, a little bit over 300,000. And here we can show you why. You have like 5 different properties that have been sold in the past year. It tells you first the distance within the subject property, the build value of each one of them, property type, land value, tax value, the address of each one of them, that's in bath according to public records, when they were last sold, the folio number for each one of them. If they have an MLS number, it will give you here as well. Whether it has a pool, waterfront, the year that it was built, living area, and that's it. Now it shows you here the comparables are active. This one has 2 specifically, and that's where we gather our active value from for the subject property. And it gives you the same details on each one of these. Okay, that is the BPO report. Another one that you have from here, we went over the absorption rate, X-ray report, discount report. It's the investor's offer report. This is only available for those of you who have REIA or DREIA. How many of the people that I have in my crowd are part of REIA or DREIA? So we could go over it. Have you ever wondered how or why, where did this Freddie come from? Like, how did he do it? Okay, I mean, aside from us telling you, oh, we got a great formula, just go with it. Uh, we could actually show you, like, it's not just magic. I wish it was just magic. It's not. You could just click on this button here from the overview, and you tell them, okay, Freddie, listen, I want you to give me 75% of what you think I should offer for this property. I want you to round it to the 500 and just give me the median. Do not give me the low because they're not going to go for it. Just give me the median. Go ahead and click on apply. There it goes. So here's the offer report. Okay, so based on the 5 comparables that we've seen, which shows you here what it is, and the active values, we gather this amounts here. The median market value, the median value based on what's been sold is 322. The median active value, the based on the properties that are for sale right now, is 380,000. Now, well, 380 is higher than 322. So out of those two, we're definitely going to take just the market value, what's been sold in the past 12 months. And out of that value, we're going to take 75% off, and we're going to tell you this is what you need to offer. Now, you told them you wanted rounded to the 500. So instead of 241, 582.26, because that would be really specific and stupid to put on a contract, you just put 241, 500. And that's how you get the Freddy's value on your follow-up. Isn't that incredible? I think it's awesome. I mean, it shows it. Yeah. That's how you get a credit report. Let's see if we could get it from here. Okay, so this open. Now, let me just do, once again, 33024. I'm going to create single family. This is the beta version. Remember, it's going to give me troubles anyways, but I do know reports are already done, so I want to show you at least one of them. Out of the 5 or 6 reports that I made, which one would you like to see? Actually, I'm going to do this one. Oh, do not. Show me. Next states. Okay, maybe I'm going too fast for it. It's not responding. Okay, never mind. I won't. That's why I say I won't show it. Single family. Give me my results. Let's switch to grid. Here on the beta version or like the new version, you're not gonna have basic or advanced results. You're gonna have them all in the same. You just can decide whether you want to see it with, the pretty pictures, or you want to see it as a grid, or you want to see them as a map. Okay, so that's actually the difference in between them. The map is still gonna be 50 per page or 100 per page, depending on what you decide on the grid. And that's all you get. Now let me just select one, and let's hope it does take me to overview, which it doesn't. Touche. Okay, I can show it from here. Nope, it's not responding. Anyways, I will show the reports once it's actually made. Do we have any questions so far out of everything that I've shown you? I've shown you, let's go back to the results. I've shown you how to create an absorption rate report and what you could use it for. The subdivision name report, how you could go ahead and get into the subdivision, tax rate report, all the numbers that it gives you, discount report, property analysis report, BPO report, and investors offer report. I've shown you how to create it so you could share it, whether it is that it creates a link and then you copy and paste it on an email, or you could print it out directly from your browser. Do we have any questions? Is there anything else you'd like me to show you at the moment about the system? And however, if you are human and 20 minutes from now you forget what I was talking about and you want to do one of the reports, how is it that these showed us how to do it? You could come here to the main menu, click on ReiFax Help, and that opens up our whole library of videos. You just go to reports, open it up, and or click on the actual folder, and it'll open up all the videos that we have about the reports, and you can just go ahead and play it out depending on which one you're interested on creating. Or if you don't know it, just go ahead and click here on Let's Talk, start a chat with any of us. We'll be glad to help you out on create the report that you need to. Okay, Richard, you kind of have to be a little bit more specific. Can you go over a search with comps and the Freddie offer? That's what I just did. The Freddie report. I mean, so I did a search of single families pre-foreclosed and the zip code 33024. I got some results. I chose a specific one because let's say that I'm actually interested on this property. I went into the overview, looked at the ReiFax value, and I actually was interested on how ReiFax came up with this. So I clicked on Investor's Offer, which is Freddie, clicked on the icon, and it showed me, or it gave me the report of how it came up with it. So here are the 5 comparables of this property. Here's the subject property and the 5 of them. It tells me, the zip code, the gross area, living area, how many beds and baths, which are basically within that's our formula. It's with somewhat the same 10% plus minus 10% the same square footage in the subject property. They have been sold within the last 12 months. You see the sold price here for each one of the properties, how much time they were on the market for, and when they were sold. We do the comparables in the last 12 months to run our search or our data. And you also get the active or the properties that are for sale. In this case, within the half-a-mile radius, which is our default. In the half-a-mile radius, there are only 2 properties for sale close to the subject property. And you can see the listing price. And from the listing price, we get a median in which we tell you what's the active value for that property based on those 2 that are for sale. Now we compare the 2 values, the one for the properties that have been sold with respect to the ones that are for sale right now. Take the lowest ones of these 2 based on the medians, because these are medians. Take the lowest median, and if you ask Freddie, because you're the one that types in what's the percentage for the offer that you want, if you tell them 75%, it'll take 75% of the lowest median value that the property has. It creates a value, an exact value, and then it rounds it up to the 500. If, let's say, I'd like to do 80%, because the realtor came back to me or the owner came back to me and told me, oh, that's too low, so I'm not gonna go for that. But so you want to do a counter offer, and you're gonna rise it up a little bit, but not enough that you're gonna lose. It's still under the value that you have for that property. Let's do 85%. And I'm gonna round it to the thousands so the owner thinks it's getting more. I'm gonna apply to it, and then I come down here, and you see out of the two, the values are gonna be the same because the comparables have not changed. All that I did was change the percentage that I'm taking off the lowest value that I have for that property. Okay, so on the past offer, I would have offered 241,500. Now I'm offering 274. I'm still offering less than what the value is. So I'm still gaining some for what the listing price or the offer price that I'm giving them. And well, it's 27,400. Maybe the owner actually likes this offer better. Just round it to 275 if you want. If you are following this property, you could do that on the follow-up, do 275 instead of 274. And that's it. It's a closed deal. You got the house. Doesn't that sound nice? It sounds awesome. Can you adjust the comparables in order to make the offer? Well, we could. Let's go back to the overview. Let's go to the comparables, which we are right here. Let's say you only want, let's filter out, instead of a whole year, let's just take the comparables within the past 6 months. I come to the filter and I decide, remember our default is 12 months. You just want the last 6 months. We're already in July, so you only want the ones that have been sold within this year. I'm gonna go down. No, gives me more. So within this year, these are the ones that have been sold. And now let's say I only wanna choose the highest ones. So my offer is gonna be higher, and it's gonna look, I don't know, more appealing. I'm gonna take 5. 5 is a good number out of 8. I'm gonna take 4 out of 8. And I'm gonna come up here and I'm going to click on recalculate. Based on those 4, mind you, I chose the highest sold price within the last 6 months. That rose it up a whole 50 grand from what ReiFax is telling me. Okay, so I mean, overall, what ReiFax is telling me, taking into consideration all of the properties. So if I take 364, actually, and now I can do the, let's see if it takes it with the comparables that I chose. Yeah, so it does create it with only the comparables that I chose, so 4. It gives me the market value on 364, and based on that market value, it gave me a whole other 310. 85% of 364 is 310. So out of 274, I went up almost 50 grand. And it's still less than the market value. So yeah, you could go ahead and choose the comparables that you want to work on. Let's say that instead of the sold price, you just want to choose the comparables based on the living area, you know, to have the exact amount of living area or the exact beds and baths. Because I'm pretty sure out of the 4, yeah, see this 3-1 should not even be here. Let's do just 3 2s. So I mean, you could shape it and do it how you want it. When that is something that you definitely need to talk to your mentoring program about. I am not a realtor, I'm not an investor myself, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that. I can tell you how to do it in the system, but I'm not qualified to tell you when you can do it. Okay. So definitely talk to, I don't know if you're Bria or Dria, but talk to Jem or Dave, and they'll they'll definitely, or Brian saw them. They'll definitely help you out and figure out when you should do it. They'll give you more details on that. Okay. I guess it also depends on the owner. I don't know. Any other questions? Okay, guys, you requested searches for next webinar, so I'll definitely take that in mind. I'll go over all kinds of different searches that you could do. Thank you all for being part of the webinar today. If you do have any extra questions, shoot us an email, start a chat with us, give us a call, 888-349-5368. That's our 888 number. I definitely will go with the chat. That's the best way to get a hold of us. Again, thank you all for being here today. Have a blessed weekend. Take care. Bye. Oh, yeah, Benjamin. Good. How can you see the, thank you for saying that. Well, he's asking me, how can I just rewatch this video? All our webinars are available on our home page. Okay, so if you go to home and you go to resources, you'll see the webinars here, and we have all of them, and you could see either this one or all the ones that we've had in the past. Okay, resources, webinars. No problem. All right, now we're leaving. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.